What's good? It is your boy Bake. Welcome back to my channel. Yo, today we're talking about an interesting topic, and we're talking about NBA 2K21. Is this the lowest skill gap game ever in 2K history? Let me know in the comments below. But before you do that, I need you to do this first. Spam up that lockdown game. Let me see them lockdown emotes in the comments below. Happy Friday, man. Glory to God for another day. And it's just an interesting topic. Something smooth, something easy, something light for Friday, man. Look, dog. In 2K21, man, both current and next gen, I truly feel that these were probably some of the most easiest games to play. I think even more easier than 2K18. I know 18, they had the snatch back, and the parks in the neighborhood was kind of whack. But for the most part, 2K18 was probably by far one of the most responsive and lowest latency games ever produced in 2K history. Did they have issues? Like every 2K. Every 2K has issues, but in 2K18, in my opinion, it was probably the most responsive game to ever play. Lowest latency, everything. When you did a move, you activated a move on sight. If you play 18 to this day, you would be like, yeah, that's true. And the dribbling system was better than 2K21. You didn't have no speed glitching. You didn't have a lot of stuff. 18 just fell through with the rep rewards and the neighborhood. People just didn't like how bland and boring the neighborhood was. And then the fact that you could just hit a snatch back and that's the best way to get open. But you couldn't speed glitch. You just couldn't stop the snatch back at the end of the day. The speed glitch takes the cake to a whole nother level. But let's talk about 2K21. When it comes to skill gap, when it comes to having a skill in this game, by far, in my opinion, 2K21 is the most easiest game ever. Easiest dribbling, easiest cheesing, easiest everything. If you got a certain build, you can damn near green every shot if you open. It was the birth of the Zens. It was no freaking skill at all. Joe Smlows could have came out here and got W's and got a bucket in this game. I'm just calling it spade to spade. I know people don't have to agree and you won't agree. I don't care. I'm not here to for popular demand. I'm here to be honest and be factual with you. In my opinion, 2K18 had a better skill gap than 2K21 on both next and current gen. On current gen, you got the speed glitch. On next gen, you got the speed boost and the blow bys. The blow bys is just OP with quick first step. And I don't think it, like I said, it's the blow bys, it's quick first step that made that game OP rather than, you know, the blow bys in general. It was quick first step and the simple fact that power forwards move faster than point guards. It was just the game physics and the game sort of schematics as to why the game just didn't proper functionally right. But when I look at 2K21, man, I just ask myself, like, why is the game going backwards? Let's just call it a spade. Is 2K going backwards? Because for most of the 2Ks, you at least have to be some kind of you have to have some kind of common sense. You have to be somewhat good, right, to play the game, to learn the game. People stood out. Dribblers stood out. Defenders stood out. You know what I mean? Shooters stood out. All that good stuff. Like, those stuff matter. Now in these games, not a lot of people really standing out like that. Like, you gotta think about it. Even with Steezo and the top dribblers, they played the game, but they don't play the game. Like, G-Man's gone. Steezo come back here and there, but when you really, like, call a spade, everybody does the same thing. Everybody does the same moves. There's no discrepancies. It's all, everybody is the same. In next gen, everybody is the same in their builds, in their dribble moves, and how they dribble and how they play. There's no distinct way to change the way you play. Everybody does the same moves. Everybody does the same thing. At least in the other 2Ks, there was some type of discrepancy. There was some type of difference. There was some type of ability to know who was good, who wasn't that good, who was all right, who was just okay. Like, who was the elites of the elites in the other games. But in 21, it really didn't matter who was the elite in the elites, because in 21 on current and next gen, you can lose. You can lose, point blank, period. You can lose in both games, point blank, period. And I just feel like we're going backwards. And I hope we can make an adjustment in 22, but I truly feel like we've taken a step backwards. The game is getting easier, and by getting easier, it's kind of making it worse. It's kind of making it less for people to stand out. It's kind of making it less important to be good at the game because everybody does the same thing. It's kind of making it difficult to be distinct and different than everybody else because the way everybody plays the game. And I really truly believe that is why these games are dying out faster than ever. That's why I believe 21 was probably the biggest game that died out the quickest, because there's really no distinct differences to get you on this game. Even with Ticino coming back and wagering, yes, it was cool, it's great, but when you really dial back, it's really not popping like it was. And that's because it's boring. I don't care what nobody says. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. You ain't gotta agree. But 2K21 gameplay is boring. It's just boring. I'm just calling a spade a spade. In the other 2Ks, people play differently, so it made it intriguing to see what playstyle will prevail in head-on-head matchups. Now, it's the same playstyle for both. It's speed glitching, speed glitching, speed glitching, speed boost, speed boost, speed boost, speed glitching, speed glitching, speed glitching, speed boost, speed boost, speed boost. There's no distinct differences on how people play this game. And when everybody plays the same way, the entertainment factor, the surprise factor, the engagement factor goes down. That's why people are struggling when it comes to views. That's why people are struggling when it comes to getting people to watch their content. You're not booming like that. You're just not, because the game is dead. And I'm not trying to, be rude, but it's just what it is. The game is dead. And we're going backwards. We're going backwards, guys. 2K is going backwards. I hope they can make an adjustment in 22, because in 21, we took a major step backwards. In 20, we appreciated 20 now when you look at 21, because 20 was amazing and it was probably the most balanced 2K ever made. I ain't say it was the best, it was the most balanced. If they would have fixed those issues earlier, that game probably would have been top 2, top 3 for sure. But I think we're losing the sight of what makes a game great. And 2K needs to get back to their lineage. They need to get back to what made them great. And that's just the distinction and the differences and the skill gap to make sure people who are good and make sure people who are bad are bad. And that's what 2K needs. We need a skill gap. Because in 21, this is the lowest skill gap ever in history of 2K. The skill gap is the lowest. It's about builds, not skills. We need to bring back the skills, 2K. Y'all let me know in the comments below, how do y'all feel about 2K21 versus 2K18? Which had the better skill gap? Which one was easier to play? In my opinion, I'm going to say 21 next gen and current gen was by far the easiest 2K ever and the lowest skill gap ever in history. Live life stress less. You rockin' one of the best. Without God, my life would be a mess. Always remember to have faith, hope, and love. I will see you guys later this evening. Take care. Peace.